Welcome to my YouTube channel. Every coin has a history where history meets hidden fortune. Here I share real videos of rare and old coins, including pieces worth millions that can truly change a collector's life. If you love coin hunting, rare finds, and valuable treasures, this channel is your guide to the world of priceless coins. Most valuable among modern U.S. circulation coins in terms of historical meaning, educational importance, and condition-based collectability, the 1969 one-dime, Roosevelt Dime, represents a key chapter in American numismatic history. Although its face value is only 10 cents, the true value of the 1969 dime lies in what it teaches collectors and students about the transition to clad coinage, modern minting technology, and the lasting legacy of President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Issued during a time of global change and technological advancement, this dime reflects how everyday money evolved to meet economic realities while preserving national symbolism and artistic consistency. The 1969 one-dime, officially known as the Roosevelt Dime, is an important coin in the history of United States coinage because it represents a fully modern era of American money while still carrying strong historical symbolism. The Roosevelt Dime series began in 1946, just 1 year after the death of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who was one of the most influential leaders in U.S. history. Roosevelt guided the nation through the Great Depression and World War II and was closely associated with the fight against polio through the March of Dimes, which made the dime the perfect denomination to honor his legacy. By 1969, the Roosevelt dime had become a familiar and trusted coin used daily by millions of Americans for small purchases, transportation, vending machines, and savings, reflecting both practicality and national respect. The year 1969 falls within a very significant period in U.S. monetary history because it came after the removal of silver from circulating dimes. Prior to 1965, dimes were made of 90% silver, but rising silver prices caused the intrinsic metal value of coins to exceed their face value. To solve this problem, the U.S. Mint introduced clad coinage, and the 1969 dime is a clear example of this transition. Instead of silver, it was made with layers of copper and nickel bonded to a pure copper core. This change allowed the government to continue producing coins efficiently without risking hoarding or melting, marking a major shift in how money was produced and valued in the modern economy. The design of the 1969 dime remains one of the most recognizable in American coinage. On the obverse, the left-facing portrait of Franklin D. Roosevelt shows a calm, confident expression that reflects leadership, intelligence, and determination. The engraving was created by John R. Sinek, the chief engraver of the United States Mint, whose initials, JS, appear subtly on the coin. The word liberty curves along the left edge, symbolizing freedom, while the motto "In God We Trust" is placed near Roosevelt's neck, reinforcing the nation's spiritual values. The date 1969 appears clearly on the right side, anchoring the coin in its historical context during a time of social change, space exploration, and global political tension. The reverse side of the 1969 dime carries powerful national symbolism through a simple yet meaningful design. At the center stands a torch, representing liberty and enlightenment, flanked by an olive branch, symbolizing peace, and an oak branch, representing strength and endurance. This combination reflects the ideals of the United States, a nation that values freedom, seeks peace, and maintains strength in difficult times. The inscription "United States of America" arches across the top, while one dime is clearly stated at the bottom, emphasizing both national identity and monetary function. The motto "E pluribus unum," meaning, out of many, one, highlights unity among states and citizens, a message especially relevant during the late 1960s. Technically, the 1969 dime follows standardized specifications that define modern U.S. coinage. It has a diameter of 17.91 millimeters, a weight of 2.27 grams, and a reeded edge, which serves both functional and security purposes. The reeded edge helps prevent counterfeiting and also makes the coin easier to identify by touch. The clad composition gives the coin a bright silver-like appearance while maintaining durability and long-term circulation quality. These features allowed the dime to survive heavy use while maintaining legibility and structure over decades. The 1969 dime was minted at 3 different U.S. mint facilities, each identified by its mint mark. Coins produced at the Philadelphia Mint carry no mint mark, which was standard practice at the time. The Denver Mint struck dimes marked with a D, while the San Francisco Mint produced coins with an S mint mark, primarily intended as proof coins for collectors. Proof dimes from 1969s were struck using specially prepared dies and polished blanks, resulting in sharp details, mirror-like fields, and frosted design elements. These proof coins were not meant for circulation and were sold directly to collectors as part of official proof sets. In terms of mintage, the 1969 dime was produced in very large quantities, making it a common coin even today. Millions were struck to meet the demands of everyday commerce across the country. Because of this high production, most circulated examples are worth face value. However, condition plays a very important role in numismatics. Coins that remain in uncirculated or mint state condition, especially those with strong luster and minimal contact marks, are more desirable and can command higher prices. Proof coins, particularly those with deep cameo contrast, are especially attractive to collectors and hold premium value compared to circulated pieces. Collectors also pay close attention to errors and varieties found on 1969 dimes. While major errors are not extremely common, examples such as off-center strikes, clipped planchets, die cracks, or doubled details can significantly increase a coin's value. These errors occur during the minting process and provide insight into how coins are produced. Studying such errors helps collectors and students understand the complexity of mint operations and quality control. Beyond monetary value, the educational importance of the 1969 dime is significant. It serves as a practical example of modern coin composition, post-silver U.S. currency, and symbolic design. For students, beginners, and hobbyists, it offers an accessible way to learn about American history, economics, metallurgy, and art. It also reflects the cultural and historical atmosphere of the late 1960s, a time marked by technological advancement, social change, and global influence. In conclusion, the one dime 1969 is much more than a small coin with a modest face value. It is a lasting representation of modern American coinage, a tribute to an influential president, and a symbol of national ideals such as liberty, unity, peace, and strength. Whether examined for study, collected for history, or appreciated for its design, the 1969 Roosevelt Dime holds enduring significance and remains an important part of the story of United States money. The 1969 one dime also holds special importance when discussed from the perspective of coin grading, preservation, and long-term survival, because most examples experienced heavy circulation during a time when coins were used daily rather than stored or collected. During the late 1960s and early 1970s, Americans relied heavily on coins for payphones, parking meters, public transport, and vending machines, which meant that the majority of 1969 dimes quickly developed wear, scratches, and surface marks. As a result, truly high-grade mint state examples are far less common today than their original mintage numbers might suggest. Professional grading services evaluate these coins based on luster, strike sharpness, surface preservation, and eye appeal, and even small differences in condition can greatly affect collector demand. A well-preserved 1969 dime with strong original mint luster and minimal contact marks becomes a representative example of how the coin looked when it first left the mint, making it especially valuable for educational displays and advanced collections. From a global and economic viewpoint, the 1969 dime reflects a period when the United States was redefining its monetary system in response to worldwide changes. The removal of silver from circulating coins aligned the U.S. with other nations that had already transitioned to base metal coinage due to rising precious metal prices. This shift helped stabilize currency production and ensured that coins remained practical tools of commerce rather than commodities worth more than their face value. The clad dime therefore symbolizes modernization, efficiency, and adaptability in a changing global economy. For historians, this small coin serves as physical evidence of broader economic policies and technological advances in metallurgy and mass production. In the context of coin collecting as a hobby, the 1969 dime often serves as a starting point for beginners because it is affordable, easy to find, and rich in learning opportunities. Collectors use it to practice identifying mint marks, understanding strike quality, and distinguishing between circulation and proof coins. It is also commonly included in Roosevelt Dime albums, date and mint sets, and educational kits for students. Although it may not be rare, its accessibility allows collectors to focus on condition, knowledge, and appreciation rather than cost, which is a core principle of responsible numismatics. Finally, the legacy of the 1969 one dime lies in its quiet consistency. It does not attract attention through precious metal content or extreme rarity, but instead through its role as a dependable piece of everyday money that carried American values into daily life. Each surviving coin has passed through countless hands, businesses, and moments of ordinary history, making it a silent witness to the lives of people who used it. For this reason, the 1969 Roosevelt Dime remains an important educational, historical, and cultural artifact, small in size, yet large in meaning. Another important aspect of the 1969 one dime is its role in illustrating the technological precision of modern minting processes during the late 20th century. By 1969, the United States Mint had adopted advanced machinery that allowed coins to be struck faster, more uniformly, and with greater consistency than in earlier decades. High-speed presses, improved die steel, and better quality control meant that most 1969 dimes display clear lettering, strong rim definition, and balanced design alignment. However, even with these advancements, minor imperfections still occurred, which is why collectors study 1969 dimes carefully for subtle varieties such as weak strikes, minor doubling, or die wear. These characteristics help numismatists understand how mass production affects coin appearance and longevity over time. The San Francisco proof issues of 1969's deserve special attention because they represent the artistic peak of the Roosevelt Dime design. Proof coins were struck multiple times using specially polished dies on carefully prepared planchets, resulting in sharp detail and reflective surfaces. Many proof dimes from this year exhibit beautiful contrast between the frosted portrait of Roosevelt and the mirror-like background, a feature known as cameo or deep cameo. These qualities make proof coins highly desirable for collectors who appreciate craftsmanship and visual appeal. Proper storage is especially important for proof coins, as fingerprints, moisture, or mishandling can permanently damage their delicate surfaces. From a cultural and historical standpoint, the 1969 dime existed during a time of great transformation in the United States. The year 1969 is remembered for major events such as the Apollo 11 moon landing, rapid technological growth, and social change. While the dime itself does not directly depict these events, it circulated alongside them, making it a tangible object connected to a pivotal moment in history. Holding a 1969 dime today creates a physical connection to that era, reminding collectors and students that even small everyday objects can be powerful historical witnesses. In long-term collections and museums, the 1969 one dime is often used to explain the concept of face value versus collector value. Although its monetary denomination remains 10 cents, its educational, historical, and symbolic worth can be far greater. Teachers and curators use this coin to demonstrate how value changes based on context, metal content, condition, rarity, and demand, rather than just denomination. This makes the 1969 dime an ideal teaching tool for economics, history, and material culture.